Court is back in session. You may be seated.
All right, are you all set, Mr. Brennan?
I am, thank you, Your Honor. May I?
Yes.
Sir, when we left, we were discussing Mr. O'Keefe's sneaker that you retrieved from the Good Samaritan Hospital.
Yes, sir.
Would that be his right sneaker?
It would be his right sneaker.
Do you have that sneaker with you today?
I do.
And again, could you open that bag and show that right sneaker to the jury?
Yes, sir.
Why are we all of a sudden about the same? Holy shit, you guys. Going where I think it's going?
Is that the sneaker you retrieved from the Good Samaritan Hospital?
It is.
I'd move that into evidence, please.
Okay, any objection, Mr. Jackson?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Trooper Buchanan, there are two more items. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Trooper Buchanan, there are two more items that you retrieved of John O'Keefe's clothing from the Good Samaritan Hospital. Did you bring those two items with you?
Yes, sir.
Are those two of the items that you laid out on butcher paper to dry?
Yes, they are.
Were they ultimately bagged and put into evidence?
Yes, they were.
And did you bring Mr. O'Keefe's T-shirt?
Yes, I did.
Is it placed in an object so it can be seen?
Yes, it was.
What type of object?
It's a transparent plastic sheet.
I would move the T-shirt into evidence.
No objection, Your Honor.
With the court's permission, could Trooper Buchanan show it to the jury?
Yes.
Could you show the back as well, Trooper? Thank you.
Mr. Brennan, could you help assist the court reporter with that, please?
Of course.
Exhibit 87.
You can place it on that side.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. Thanks.
And Trooper Buchanan, is there a last piece of item of Mr. O'Keefe's that you took from the Good Samaritan Hospital?
Yes, it is.
And what is it?
It's the sweatshirt.
I'd move that into evidence, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right.
The court's permission?
Yes.
Could you show the back side, please? May I approach?
Yes, thank you. Next exhibit, please, Madam Court Reporter.
Exhibit 88.
Thank you.
Your Honor, as to exhibit 88, maybe approach the witness.
I'm sorry?
Maybe approach the witness.
Oh, okay. Jurors, every piece of evidence that you're getting is recorded, and we have to keep a very clear record. So sometimes we spend time that may seem like a waste of time to you, but it's very, very
All right, guys,
important
so
for the case. So we do
apparently
appreciate your patience. All right, go ahead, Mr. Brennan.
Thank you. Trooper Kennick, you shared with us that you met with some of the members of the state police that night and then returned to the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office to put the clothing on butcher paper, you call it. What was your next step in your investigation?
We met and discussed the next steps. My decision was to go back to 34 Fairview and excavate for the missing clothing item, being Mr. O'Keefe's hat. There was also plans to start writing search warrants.
Did the weather get better over the next couple days?
The weather did take a turn for the warmer temperatures, yes.
Did you return to Fairview a few days later on February 3rd?
Yes, I did.
Was that the first time you personally had visited 34 Fairview?
Yes, it was.
When you went to 34 Fairview on February 3rd, 2022, do you remember about what time in the morning you went?
Sometime between 8:30, 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30.
When you went there, did you travel with anybody?
Yes.
Who did you travel with?
It was other members of my unit and a member from crime scene services.
Did you all travel in the same vehicle, or did you meet there?
We all traveled in our own issued cruisers.
Was this a planned search or a planned excavation on February 3rd,
Yes, it was.
2022?
Yes, it was.
Who was there at the scene, 34 Fairview, with you?
It was Trooper DeChico, Mike Proctor, and Trooper Evan Brent.
And Trooper Evan, last name?
Brent.
Brent. Was Trooper Brent the photographer?
Yes.
What type of tools did you bring when you went to 34 Fairview?
We brought snow shovels, garden shovels. I brought a like an E-tool, military-style E-tool.
Was there still some snow on the ground?
There was, yes.
Did you and the members of the group begin to look for any evidence?
Yes, we did.
Were you looking on the street, or did you move to more on the grass?
Objection, Your Honor.
Ask it differently.
What area were you focused on at this point?
We were focused on the lawn portion of the property by in the vicinity of the flagpole, the fire hydrant, and along the edge of the asphalt.
Did you see a berm, an asphalt berm, separating the concrete street and the yard?
Yes,
Were you looking anywhere near the area of the berm?
we did, yes.
Were you looking anywhere on the street?
Commonwealth will not become.
The street was plowed, but portions of the street still had remnants of snow, so we did check that area, but it was much easier to identify anything because it was clear of snow.
Where was most of your focus?
On the lawn.
As you worked your way through the lawn, did you or members of your team come across any items that you believe to be evidence?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you to produce some of that evidence to us. Beginning with 535, did you find a number of pieces of plastic?
Yes.
Could you produce 535?
Yes, sir.
Let me just ask you a couple questions before you open that. If somebody identified an object that they believed to be evidence, what was the process for handling it?
On this day, we identified an evidence. The process would have been documenting each item that was located with photographs. Then one of the members of the individuals present would bag each item into a paper bag.
When they were bagged, would the person bagging them use any type of protection like you're using?
Absolutely, every time.
After the items are bagged, was the bag sealed?
Eventually it was sealed, yes.
When you say eventually, what does that mean?
Once it was, all the items were inside and it was brought back to the office, it would be sealed, signed, completely filled out with all the pertinent information on the back.
Could you open that bag?
Yes, sir.
Before you take the pieces out, I'm asking you to look in. Do you recognize those pieces?
Yes, I do.
What do you recognize them to be?
I recognize them to be the items that we recovered from the lawn area on the left side of 34 Fairview Road on February 3rd, 2022, during the planned excavation of the property.
And were they photographed before they were put in that bag?
They were.
Your Honor, may I approach before Trooper Buchanan
Yes.
opens that bag or goes through it?
Did you show Mr. Jackson?
I'm sorry. Handing you a series of photographs. I've asked you to take a look at them, see if you recognize them.
I do recognize them.
And what is in those photographs?
The photographs depict items collected from the lawn at 34 Fairview on February 3rd, 2022.
Do those particular photographs correspond with the pieces of items that are in that bag?
They do.
I have moved this series of photographs in evidence.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. We'll mark them separately, please.
Six.
This is 8994.
Thank you very much. Those items, were they eventually sent for analysis to a Massachusetts State Police lab?
Yes, they were.
When the laboratory received those items, are you familiar whether they marked them with a label or a number for identification?
Objection, Your Honor.
I want to know about that.
Yes, they mark each item individually.
Do those items have markings on them reflected by an item number?
Yes, they are.
When you refer to a piece, will you refer to that item number that is on any individual piece?
Once it's labeled, it is identified by that individual piece, by that designated label.
So if there's any numbers written on any of those pieces, was that written by you?
No.
Would that have been written by somebody else after it was sent?
Yes, at the lab.
Okay. If we can begin, if you can begin to take the pieces out so we can show them to the jury. And does that have a number on it or a tag?
Yes, it does. This is item 22-02-184-7-8, also alphanumeric A.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
These two are taped together.
When you found them, were they taped together?
No. They're taped together by the lab. There's also a canister labeled debris collection. That number is 22-02-184-7-8.1. This is 7-8G. This is 7-8N, as in November. There are also items too small to label with a letter and number. Those were put into a bag like this. Almost looks like a stamp bag. There are, it does look like those are all the items. Some of them are inside the canister that I pulled up.
Understood. You know how to move those items into evidence, please?
Exhibit 95.
Sir, you mentioned that there was a trooper there photographing the evidence.
Yes, sir.
Did the photographer take a photograph of the items in place when they were found, or were the items moved to a different location before they were photographed?
That day, every item was photographed where it was found.
With the court's permission, I'd like to show a number of exhibits to the jury.
Okay.
And starting with Exhibit 89, which is P490-7690. Trooper, is that one of the items you found that morning?
Yes, it is.
Do you know where, in relation to the fire hydrant or the flagpole, this item was recovered?
It was in the general vicinity between the flagpole and the fire hydrant. The area we were excavating was approximately 40 to 50 square feet in area.
Mr. Brennan, can that be expanded, please, so that the jurors can see what we're looking at?
Thank you, Your Honor. Is the item that you recovered on top of that leaf?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. If I could next show Exhibit 90, which is P492-7692. Before we close up, sir, is that the fire hydrant that is at the corner of 34 Fairview Road?
Yes, it is.
Could we close up, please, on that? Why is there a ruler on the ground?
The ruler is utilized to help put the item to scale by the photographer from Crime Scene Services. They utilize these measuring rulers for scale of the item that you're looking at. Sometimes it's hard to depict how large an item is if there's no reference point.
Could we do a little bit further view to show the fire hydrant? Thank you. Is that where this piece of evidence was found, in that exact location?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'd like next to show to the jury Exhibit 91, which is P5157721. Do you recognize that piece of evidence?
Yes, sir.
Could we zoom in, please? Is that the same piece of evidence that is depicted in Exhibit 89, P490, 7690, a different angle with the ruler?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. If we could have Exhibit 92, please, which is P493, 7694. Could you zoom in, please? Is that piece of evidence in the bag that you've provided as evidence, physical evidence?
Yes, sir.
Was this found near the area of the other pieces?
Yes, it was.
If we could show Exhibit 93, P507, 7711, please. Could you zoom in, please? How long did you spend that day looking, you and the team, for pieces of evidence?
It was probably 45 to an hour.
And finally, if I could show Exhibit 94, P503, 7707. And could you zoom in, please? And this piece of evidence, where in relation to the other pieces was this found?
In the same vicinity.
Thank you. If you could take that down, please. When you were searching, did you find any item near the street area?
Yes, we did.
What did you find?
A black plastic drinking straw.
Could you retrieve 536 for us, please? I'd move this piece of evidence into evidence.
No objection.
All right.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, let's get it marked.
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
Let's wait till it's marked.
Exhibit 97.
Thank you.
Showing a photograph, do you recognize that, sir?
Yes, I did.
What's it a photograph of?
It's a photograph of the black drinking straw that we found at 34 Fairview on February 3rd, 2022.
What location did you find it in?
It was close to the paved berm on the street.
This is after the street was plowed.
Yes, it was.
I'd move this into evidence as an exhibit, please.
Okay.
No objection, Your Honor.
Exhibit 98.
Yes.
I'd ask you to open this and show it to the jury.
Yes, sir.
With the court's permission, I'd like to show Exhibit 98 to the jury,
Okay.
and that is P4887688. Do you recognize what's in that photograph?
I do.
And what is that?
That is the photograph of the straw we picked up from the street in front of 34 Fairview Road.
Could we zoom out a little bit, please, Ms. Gilman? Is that the area where you or your team recovered that straw?
That is exactly where it was found and recovered from.
That photograph doesn't show much of the grass area. How far is that area from the fire hydrant?
It's probably, with my estimate, 15 feet, maybe 20 from the fire hydrant. It's probably 15 to 20 feet, if I had to estimate.
Thank you. You mentioned that one of the items that you went back to Fairview to try to find was a hat. Why were you specifically looking for a hat?
I had learned that Mr. O'Keefe was wearing a black baseball hat the night prior to the incident. So with us recovering the clothing from the hospital and the hat was not part of that pile of clothing, we needed to see where the hat was. That could have been a lead. That could be a clue of where Mr. O'Keefe was last prior to being discovered.
Did you or the team ultimately find a hat that morning?
Yes.
Could I have you produce 537?
Yes, sir.
All right, move that item into evidence.
No objection.
So this is going to be 96.
Thank you.
Exhibit 96.
Thank you.
With the court's permission, Trooper Buchanan, could you open that and show it to the jury? Was that item photographed?
Yes, it was.
And when that was taken from the scene, was the same method used of using gloves and putting it in a bag?
Yes, it was.
When the item was it photographed in the place that it was found?
Yes, it was.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. So I'm showing you a series of photographs. Could you take a look at it? The first one, do you recognize that photograph?
I do.
What is it?
It's the accumulated snow that was being excavated at the scene where we located Mr. O'Keefe's hat.
And the second photo?
The second photo is a close-up of Mr. O'Keefe's hat, flattened and frozen to the ground with portions of it exposed from underneath the piled up snow.
Third photo?
Third photo is also of the hat once it's been removed, and you can see the thin blue line, American flag on the front of the hat, and the Nike swoosh on the brim.
And the fourth photo, please.
And the fourth photograph is also a close-up of the top of the hat with a scale ruler next to it, with grass showing from underneath the hat.
I'm going to put these back in the order you identified them. Or I move these 4 photographs into evidence.
Okay, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Do you want them as 4 separate or A, B, C?
A through 99D, so marked.
Thank you very much. Thank you. With the court's permission, I'd like to show these photographs to the jury.
Yes.
Beginning with 99A, P526-7733, please. Could you close up just a little bit, please? Sir, can you describe what you see here?
Yes, that's the excavation track by one of the members at the scene. You could see the hat frozen flat to the bottom, or on the bottom of the snow, right on top of the grass. It was under approximately 1.5 feet of snow that had accumulated in the area.
Okay, next show 99B, P527-7735.
This is again the close-up of the frozen flat hat to the grass at 34 Fairview Road.
Next is 99C, P529-7739, please.
Once pulled out and flipped over, again, this is the same hat belonging to Mr. O'Keefe that was discovered frozen flat to the grass at the scene.
Thank you. You can take that down, please. Did you search the entire front lawn at that time? Continued your investigation. Did you continue to go back to Fairview over time?
Yes, based on the amount of snow still present and the fact that we were finding pieces of broken taillight and glass at the scene, and items that we did not expect to find, like a cocktail glass straw. I directed my members to go by the scene every day as the temperatures rose. Snow would expose more evidence on the lawn, and with the hopes of finding each and every item that was present.
On February 4th, the next day, 2022, did you receive a call?
Yes, I did.
Not what was said, but who was that call from?
I believe it was,
I don't want you to guess if you don't know. Was the person a member of any group?
yes,
From what group?
it was Canton Police.
As a result of receiving a call from the Canton Police, or someone from the Canton Police on February 4th, 2022, did you go anywhere?
I was already en route to 34 Fairview to conduct a directed check of the area.
When you say directed check, do you drive by every day on your way to work?
I told my members on every day to work and home to make sure someone's checking the lawn to make sure that any evidence that exposes itself through the melting snow would be identified and collected.
As you were on your way there, you received a call from someone from the Canton Police.
Yes,
Did you arrive at 34 Fairview on February 4th, 2022?
I did.
When you got there, did you see any more items?
Yes, I did.
How many?
One item, a larger in size red taillight piece had revealed itself, and it was collected.
Could you produce 710, please?
Yes, sir.
Is that 710, sir?
7-10, yes, sir.
I'd move that item into evidence, please.
No objection, Your Honor.
Exhibit 100.
With the court's permission, could Trooper Buchanan open the item and show it to the jury?
Yes.
Thank you. Did anybody photograph that item where it was found?
Yes, there was a photograph taken.
Did you take the photograph?
No, I did not.
How did you receive the photograph?
It was attached to the Canton Police reports that were provided. Canton Police documented that item in place.
May I approach?
Yes.
Showing you two photographs. The first page, you recognize that item?
Yes, I do.
What do you recognize that to be?
That was the item I collected on February 4th at 34 Fairview Road, which I was just showing to the jury.
And the second photograph?
The second photograph is a zoomed out general vicinity photograph of the same item from 34 Fairview Road, the lawn area, approximately 7 feet from the roadway.
I'd like to move these into evidence, A and B, court's permission.
Any objection, Mr. Jackson?
No objection, Your Honor.
Exhibit 101A and B.
With the court's permission, I'd like to show those photographs to the jury.
Yes.
P46, please. Is that a photograph of the item you just showed the jury, sir?
Yes, it is.
And where was it in relation to the other pieces that you had found on February 3rd?
It was further to the right. If you're looking at the property, if you have the fire hydrant on your left, it was further to the right, on the right bank of the snow that was melting on the lawn.
Is that on the lawn or on the pavement?
That's on the lawn.
And could we show the close-up, please, P47? Thank you. You could take it down, please. When you recovered those items, did you go through the same protocol of gloves and bags?
Absolutely.
Did you return to 34 Fairview on February 10th?
Yes, I did.
Was the snow in a different state than when you last left it on February 3rd?
Yes, it had receded significantly.
When you went back on February 10th, were you with anybody?
I believe I was with another trooper.
Do you know who that was?
I don't remember. I'd have to refresh my memory.
Was it Michael Proctor?
It might have been, yes.
Could you produce 7-11, please?
Yes, sir.
Does that bag contain some of the items you found on February 10th at Fairview Road?
Yes, it does.
I'd move that into evidence, please.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Exhibit 102.
Can you describe generally the size of the items in that bag?
Can I open it?
Please.
Generally speaking, there's 6 plastic pieces of clear and red and black items that are in size approximately to like a $50.
Without going through every one of them, can you just pull out one red and one clear to show the jury a representative sample of what's in the bag? In total, of the 6 items in that bag?
In total, there are 6 items in the bag.
When you retrieved those items, did you use the same protocol of gloves in a bag?
Yes.
Did you photograph these items when you took them?
Not on this day, no.
Why not?
We had been to the scene so many times. It was the same general vicinity, and we just made the decision not to have crime scene come out to photograph these six pieces.
Were they in any remarkably different position than the other pieces? Anything that stood out, or were they in the... Let me rephrase that. Where were they generally in relation to the other pieces that you had found?
They were all in the general area where the other pieces had been located. It was on the left side of the lawn, but near the flagpole, between the road and the home.
Was there another group of items that you found that day that you put in a separate bag?
Yes.
Could you provide us? May I approach? I'm not sure if I've marked this one for evidence. Your
Yes.
Honor. Thank you. Thank you. Could you produce 7-12, please?
Yes, sir.
I'd move this into evidence, please.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay.
With the,
Exhibit 103.
with the court's permission, could Trooper Buchanan open the bag?
Yes.
In that bag, are there different types of items? The items you showed us before were appear to be plastic.
Yes, these items are packaged in wax paper. There's 14 pieces in total, and these items contain glass and plastic fragments, some of which are also within like a cylindrical tin container that you saw earlier.
Could you show us some of the glass pieces, please?
Yes, sir. I'm going to have to open the wax bag.
Please. Could you stand so the people in the back can see? Thank you. Were there a number of different items inside that are inside that bag that you found that day?
Yes, there are a number of glass pieces taped and labeled for identification at the lab and mechanically pieced together to form this one piece in my right hand, and this is one solid, thick piece of curved glass in my left hand.
And again, is this February 10, 2022?
Yes, it is.
The last evidence bag, you said that you did not photograph where they were found. Did you photograph where these pieces were found?
No, I did not. No.
Any different reason than the last bag?
No.
Do you have a memory of where these items were found in relation to the items in the last bag?
Yes, they were all in the general vicinity where all the other taillight pieces were located, as well as the baseball hat.
How much snow was on the ground at this point?
Most of the snow had melted. There might have been some areas that was still present because of the excavation that took place. So very little to no snow was present at this point in time.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Is that all the pieces that you have that you were part of finding or retrieving from 34 Fairview Road related to plastic or glass discovery?
Yes, sir.
Did you continue to work on this case?
Yes, I did.
At some point, did you receive video from a number of different locations?
Yes.
Where were you part of retrieving or receiving video from?
I was part of retrieving and receiving video from CF McCarthy's, the waterfall. There was also video that was collected from other agencies and entities.
Did you seek a search warrant or video evidence from a company called Ring?
Yes.
For what location?
For the Meadows Ave location, Mr. John O'Keefe's residence.
Did you receive video from Ring, directly from Ring?
Ring sent over files with Ring video.
Was that by link, by a computer?
I'm not sure how it came in. It was via the internet.
Did you view all of the files that were produced by Ring?
At some point, I reviewed all the files, yes.
Was that pursuant to a subpoena?
I'm sorry?
Were the Ring videos produced pursuant to a subpoena?
Through the search warrant, yes. We requested it through the search warrant. That's the way that these providers, service providers, respond to court legal service.
Were you aware that some cruisers or the cruisers at the Canton Police Department had dash cam video?
Yes, I am aware of it.
Did you obtain and review video?
Yes, I did.
Have you seen other video from the Canton Police Department?
Yes, I did.
At some point, were you asked if you would consent to provide your DNA?
Yes, I was, yes.
Is that uncommon in investigations?
It's not common, but situations do arise where you're asked to do that. So it's not the first time that's happened, but it has happened before where a law enforcement individual officer has to provide DNA, and they consent.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Did you review any other materials in this case? Did you review any reports?
I did review reports, yes.
Did you write reports in this case?
Yes, I did.
Now, I want to ask you about Michael Proctor. You had told us that you were working on this investigation with him.
Yes, I was.
Are you still working on this investigation with him?
No, I'm not.
You were Michael Proctor's supervisor?
Yes, I was.
When you work for the state police, do you have a personal phone and a phone that is provided to you by the state police?
Yes.
The state police phone, is that a work phone?
Yes, it is.
What type of information do you receive on that phone?
You can receive communications via email, text message, cell phone tower, voice communications.
Okay. Do officers communicate with each other at times on those work phones?
Yes, they do.
And during that time, did you have a work phone that you were using for communications?
Yes, I did.
At some point, did you receive or were you placed on an email chain that included Michael Proctor and others?
I believe it was a text chain.
I'm sorry, a text chain.
Yes.
Were you included on a text chain involving Michael Proctor and others?
Yes, I was.
Did you receive a text or a text chain from Michael Proctor and other people?
Yes, I did.
And when you received a text, do you remember where you were when you received the text chain?
The specific one you're referring to, I was at the Logan Airport working a traffic detail.
When you received that text or text chain, did you respond?
I acknowledged the text. I did not respond through with verbiage.
And during that text chain, did you look at the entire text chain?
No, the text message came through on my Apple Watch as I was controlling traffic. I glanced at it, took part of the information that came through, and acknowledged it with a thumbs up emoji, indicating that I read it.
At some point, did you learn everything that was on that text chain?
Yes,
And as a result of that text chain, was there an investigation?
there was.
And during that investigation, you were Michael Proctor's supervisor?
I was.
After the investigation was done, did the state police make any finding against you for that text chain?
Yes, there were 2 sustained findings as a result of that investigation.
Did you initiate that text chain?
No, I don't believe so.
You did react with a thumbs up?
I acknowledged the text message that he sent, or portion of the information that came through on my watch.
And the 2 sustained findings against you, were one of them for failure to adequately supervise?
Yes,
And the other, was it regarding a routine or regular review that it didn't consider that text chain?
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll rephrase.
Okay.
That second sustained finding, was it regarding a review of the performance level of Mr. Proctor?
that's correct.
Sustained is to full.
Was there a second sustained finding?
Yes, there was.
Did it relate to the review process of a subordinate?
Objection.
Sustained is to full.
Okay. What was that second sustained finding about?
The accuracy of the review of the quarterly performance evaluation.
You said quarterly. How often would you write reviews for subordinates?
Every 90 days.
Was there any other sustained finding against you?
No,
Was there punishment in light of those 2 sustained findings against you?
there was.
And what was that punishment?
I lost 5 vacation days.
Do you presently work in the homicide division of the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office?
I do.
Are you currently a sergeant?
I am.
Have you ever reviewed that entire chain that was at issue?
Only through the documents provided for me during the internal investigation.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Dan, stand here.
Sure.
So I'm going to ask you to take a look at that document. And if you turn the page, does it begin to, one more page, please. Does it begin to reflect the email chain?
Yes, it does.
Do you remember this email chain?
I remember seeing it when I reviewed it. I don't remember the intricate details of these messages.
Do you remember that photograph?
I don't.
Okay, could you turn the page? Is there text?
Yes, there is.
Okay. Without citing the phone numbers, I'd like you to cite the author of the text, and I'd like you to read the text to the jury.
Do you want me to date it in time or no?
Sure.
August 17th, 2022, 9:44 p.m., 25 seconds. Funny, I am going through his retarded client's phone.
I'd like you to read all of them, please.
Next one, no nudes so far. I hate that man. I truly hate him.
Can you give the author for each comment? And can you start again, because I want us to understand.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
The author, whoever makes the comment, I'd like to have the name of the author.
I'm sorry, this document does not identify who the author is, sir?
Okay. And
Yes.
it identifies this as your phone,
That is, yes.
but each comment doesn't identify who sent it?
No, it does not. I assume it's an extraction from one device, but
I see. If you've made any of the comments yourself, would you tell us?
if I made those comments?
No, if you make any of them in here as you read them, will you point out if you...
Absolutely, absolutely, yes.
Please. Okay. And if you don't know who made the comment, could you just identify that for us as you read it so we know?
Okay, do you want me to continue to the next page?
Why don't we start over because I
Okay.
should have been more clear in my direction. Could you begin again?
So in the beginning, it says, funny, I am going through his retarded client's phone.
Is that your comment?
No, it is not.
Okay, next.
It appears to be the same person because of the way that the extraction happens, and it says no nudes so far. Again, this, I believe it's the same person because all of these are identified as sent. It says, I hate that man. I truly hate him.
Do you have any belief that's Michael Proctor who is writing these?
Yes, I believe that is.
Next, please.
There's a blank page, and that's the end. Yes, sir.
Did you say you were suspended 5 days or lost 5 days vacation?
Lost 5 days of vacation.
Okay. And have you continued on your cases?
Yes, I have.
I want to go back to the evidence that you reviewed in this case.
Okay.
Did you get to look at the Ring video for John O'Keefe's home at Meadows?
Yes, I did.
Did you review the video over a period of time of January 28th and January 29th?
I did.
What were you looking for?
We were looking for activity to get a timeline. During investigations, different sources provide you information that can develop into leads. It also helps verify witness statements. It helps verify information that's coming in. We always trust, but we always verify the information that we take in from individuals we do not know. So although it could be a cooperating witness, you still have to verify that their information is accurate. Not that they might be intentionally misleading you, but 3 people can watch the same event and observe it differently. So it's good to talk to individuals and pick up on different facts that they remember, giving you a whole picture of what took place.
Did you review Ring video for January 28, 2022 and January 29, 2022?
I did.
With the court's permission, I'd like to show a number of segments of the video from January 28, 2022.
Okay, the one that's already in evidence?
It is, it's Exhibit 6.
Okay.
Thank you. When you reviewed the video from the Ring, that Ring provided for Mr. O'Keefe's home on Meadows for January 28, 2022, did you review it from the morning time at about 7:18:55 throughout the evening?
On the 28th?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. If I could have video 119. Thank you. After that video, did you have an opportunity to look at video at about 5:05 p.m.?
I'm sorry, there was a noise coming from a bag over here. I apologize.
Not a problem.
Can you repeat that question?
Sure. On January 28, 2022, did you have a chance to look at video from the ring at about 5:05 p.m.?
There was
Yes.
a
Could I have video 145, please?
bag.
Thank you, Ms. Gilman. Did you have, there's more video. Did you have a chance to look at video from a little later that evening, 7:36 p.m.?
Yes, I did.
Could we have video 149, please? Thank you. In your investigation, did you learn that the defendant's phone connected to Mr. O'Keefe's Wi-Fi at his house on January 29, 2022 at 12:36:39?
Yes.
Did you look for any ring video for that time, 12:36:39?
Yes.
Was there any ring video on the 2022?
Yes, I did.
Could we see video 153, please?
So they just disproved their entire case right there. That specific video.
Thank you. Did you review that video from 5:07:58?
Yes.
Did you later review video of 5:46:29?
Yes.
Could we play number 154, please? Could you stop that, please? Do you recognize what's in that video?
Yes, I do.
What is that?
That is, top left corner is Mr. John O'Keefe's vehicle. Middle left side of the screen is a black Lexus SUV registered to Karen Reed with the license plate based on that registration. And then on the right side, I believe that's Miss Carrie Roberts' vehicle.
Did you see the people enter the house?
Yes.
Did you look for further video after the people arrived at 5:46:29?
Yes.
Was there any video of those three people leaving?
No, there was not.
Was there later video at 7:05:16 a.m.?
There was, yes.
Ms. Gilman, can we see video 155, please? Thank you. Did you later see video at 8:23 a.m.?
Yes.
Could we have exhibit or video 159, please? Thank you. Did you later see video at 10:36:28?
Yes, I did.
Could we have video 161, please? Could you stop that, please? Do you know who's in that video?
I believe it's Mr. Paul O'Keefe and Mrs. O'Keefe.
Could you please play? Okay, thank you. Did you later look at video of 12:04?
Yes.
And could we please play the 1-minute segment of video 165? Could you stop that video? Do you know who that is?
I believe that's the defendant.
Continue, please. Could you stop that? Do you know who exited the car?
I believe that's Mr. Reed.
Okay, continue, please. Thank you. Did you continue to watch the video from the driveway
Yes.
during that time period?
Yes.
Did you see anybody else get out of that car that was in the back?
Yes.
And who? That car that was in the back?
Yes.
And who? Thank you. Did you look at video from 1240?
Yes, I did.
Could we have video 171?
Every now and then, network have some awesome. Absolutely hate using any of theirs.
And 175. Thank you. Did you look for further video to see if there was any video for the time around when the Lexus was taken from Meadows that morning?
Yes.
Was there any video that was produced that shows the time around before and the time that Lexus was removed from that driveway that morning?
There was no video, no.
When you were at the Sallyport, did you get an opportunity to look at the Lexus's rear taillight area?
Yes, I did.
Did you get to make observations about the damage that you viewed that morning?
Yes, I was.
Did you later have a chance to see, after the snow melted, what that damage looked like?
Yes, I did.
Could I have Exhibit 54, please? Do you recognize what's in that photo?
Yes, I do.
And what do you recognize it to be?
That is the defendant's Lexus SUV that was seized and later processed. It's currently in the Canton Sallyport, I believe.
Could we close up on the right rear taillight, please? Do you notice anything about that right rear taillight?
Yes.
What do you notice?
It's missing a large red portion of the lens.
Is that consistent or inconsistent with the damage that you saw when you first saw that car?
That is 100% consistent.
Did you get an opportunity to see any video or photographs of that right rear taillight before the car was placed in the Sallyport video?
Yes.
Did you view the ring video from Mr. O'Keefe's Meadows Ave address?
Yes.
If we could go back to video 153 from Exhibit 6. If you could play this, please? Did you have a chance to review this video?
Yes.
Is this at 5:07:58 a.m. on January 29, 2000?
Yes, it is.
Could you stop, please? Do you notice anything about the right rear taillight in that video?
Yes.
What do you
Oh,
notice?
It's showing white and is missing the red taillight cover lens.
Could you zoom back out for a second, please? Could you continue? And I'm going to ask you to stop in a second. Stop, please. Do you notice anything about that, still of that video?
Yes, it's consistent with its appearance of missing that red taillight lens.
If you could play the vehicle leaving the driveway, please. Thank you. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Handing you a document, sir. Do you recognize what's in that?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It's a still frame from the ring footage taken of the video we just watched of the Lexus SUV leaving, and the large red portion of the rear taillight is missing.
Would you like to move this into evidence?
Okay. Any objections, Mr. Jackson?
No, Your Honor.
If I may correct the record, the ring video exhibits are from 12A, not Exhibit 6.
Okay.
Talking today. Yeah, I got
At some point later that afternoon, you shared, or mid-afternoon, you went to Dayton, but before that, did you review any other evidence of the damage to that taillight before you and Mr. Proctor even got to the Dayton address?
Yes.
Could I have Exhibit 10, please? Did you have a chance to view still photos from the wellness check that was conducted by the Canton Police Department and videos on the dash cam?
Yes, I did.
Did you review this photograph?
Yes, I did.
And could we show a close-up on Exhibit 11? Did you have a chance to view the dash cam from this footage at 8:26:31 a.m. relative to the damage to that right rear taillight?
Yes, I did.
You shared with us that, you can take that down, please. You shared with us that after this time, somewhere around 3:15, you went to Dayton,
Yes.
and you shared your observations when you got out of your truck and walked towards the car.
Yes.
Was there any difference between the damages that you've seen in the video, the photograph, and what you saw that morning?
The only difference is the amount of snow that's impacted on the vehicle. The damage is consistent. The large red lens is missing in every single piece of, every single image that I saw.
You mentioned that there was a tow of that car in Dayton that you were there for.
Yes.
Were you aware that video footage was provided to us from that tow?
I was made aware, yes.
I'd like to enter into evidence a video from alarm.com.
large red lens.
Okay.
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you.
105.
This shit is wild today.
Did you view the video that was provided to us relative to the right rear taillight?
From alarm.com?
Yes.
Yes.
Court's permission, I'd like to play that for the jury.
Okay.
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
Hey guys, will you favor and lock?
This is video one, Your Honor.
Okay.
Algorithm. Push back out. FY. Alright, so watch the car. It's stuck right there. Funny that they have it cropped much. Almost. Pull it over. Watch this left rear tire. Right rear.
Could you play video two, please?
That tire kick up snow. See it? See it spinning? That's when the 12-hour long happened. Legit. When they were like, not at 12:30. Several YouTubers covered this.
Could you stop, please? Do you notice anything about the color of the right rear tail light?
Yes, it was white.
Was not!
Could you continue, please? Thank you. You can put the lights on, please.
The tail light was still intact. Bev is beyond done with.
Sir, did you have an opportunity to review video from C.F. McCarthy's on the evening of January 28th, 2022?
Yes, I did.
Did you have an opportunity to review videos from the Waterfall Bar on January 28th, 2002?
Yes, I did.
Did I say January 29th, 2022?
Yes.
Did you review all the entire relevant time periods?
Yes, I did.
When you reviewed those videos, were there a number of different things you were looking for?
Yes, there was.
Can you share with the jury what you were looking for?
We were looking for consistency in statements that were already received through interviews. We were looking for description of clothing individuals were wearing at the bars, at those locations. We were looking for any evidence of aggressive behavior, any sort of information we could learn to help us with the investigation. We're also looking to see and document how much alcohol consumption was on the recordings.
When you went through the videos, did you happen to have an opportunity to copy and clip portions of relevant time frames regarding alcohol ingestion?
Yes.
Did you put all of those videos together in a sequence to show the course of the night, times when you could identify alcohol ingestion?
Yes, I did.
Did you put that into a video format for a presentation?
Yes, we did.
I think this presentation may take a few minutes.
All right, we'll raise the council sidebar for just a second, please. Jurors, feel free to stand.
They're gonna go to lunch. Definitely curious to see what this presentation. When she drank her drink, didn't even drink all of it. Maybe Bukaki is gonna give a. Gonna tell each time and. At this point, anything could happen. I do think it's disgusting. They made Yuri read Proctor's nasty text message. There's no reason he should.
May I approach?
Yes.
Sir, I'm giving you a CD. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
And what is it?
It is the PowerPoint presentation of the timeline from C.F. McCarthy's and Waterfall from January 28th, 2022.
I move this into evidence as an exhibit.
Mr. Jackson has no objection?
There's no objection on that. Apologies.
Sir, I'm handing you 4 photographs. Do you recognize what they are?
Yes, I do.
What are they?
There's still frames from C.F. McCarthy's on January 28, 2022 at 9:26:01 as timestamped on the footage cam.
Are there 4 photographs?
There are.
Now I move these 4 photographs into evidence.
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is one exhibit again with the letters, please?
Sir, I'm showing you 4 more photographs. Can you take a look? Do you recognize?
Yes, I do.
And what are they?
There's still shot photos of the waterfall surveillance footage from the night of 28th into the morning of 29th.
Now I move these 4 photographs into evidence.
No objection, Your Honor.
It's 108A through 108.
Thank you. Your Honor, could I proceed with the PowerPoint presentation?
Yes.
Trooper, I may stop you at a couple points.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's. Our,
Could you explain to us what this is?
oh,
Yes, from left to right, it is chronological events that took place at C.F. McCarthy's. This is surveillance video from one of their cameras within the bar. It should be noted that the video is time-stamped 12 minutes behind actual time. So when it says 9:03, when it is 9:03, frame will be timestamped 2051, which is 8:51. So that's the time discrepancy, which is consistent throughout the surveillance footage.
So the times that are displayed in those arrows, is that the accurate time?
The arrows are the accurate time, and the time stamped 12 minutes behind actual time.
In these videos, are you identifying drinks that were received and had been consumed by the defendant?
Yes, so the first video, as it is labeled, it's the defendant arriving. The next one will be the ordering of the drink and receiving the actual cocktail.
Okay, let's start with the first video at 9:03, please.
Where is Jen? I mean, Karen.
Can you stop it there? Do you recognize who's in that video?
Yes,
From left to right of people that you recognize and identify the clothing they might be wearing?
from left to right, it'll be Mr. John O'Keefe wearing the gray sweatshirt that was displayed earlier, and then the defendant, who he is trying to embrace with one arm there. I do not know who the other individuals are in the shot.
Okay, thank you. If you could continue, please. If we could proceed to 9:10. What did that show, sir?
It showed the defendant receiving her first tall vase, cylindrical style cocktail glass with a lime in it and a straw to go along with it.
9:27, please. And what was depicted in that video that you saw?
In that video, we see the defendant get handed her second cylindrical tall style cocktail glass while she finished the first one and then picked up the second one.
When you've made a relevant observation in the video, please interject and stop so you can point out for us what you've seen.
Absolutely, sir.
Okay. Next, please, 9:32.
Here the defendant is handed a shot.
Stop, please.
Right there.
I think we'll just have to play it and you'll have to speak as you're watching it. It doesn't look like it can be stopped. Sorry, Ms. Gilman.
She's handed a shot by the bartender on the left side of the screen. She picks it up and puts it into her second cocktail glass, making it a third beverage of alcohol content that she's consuming.
Still just drink. We all know that people drink a lot of liquor. Higher cost. I've seen her take one drink, so. So far, it's sit on the bar and she's taking one drink. Oh, nope, that wasn't a drink. And it's showing they're having really good conversation, very comfortable. Oh, maybe taking. Nope. It's a pretty long break in between drinks. I would have thought they would have edited it. John is drinking his. I can't tell if he did. I have on zoomed in, and I'm still not drink. They do look to be having a really good time, though, and John is definitely in his beer. with it. But I haven't zoomed in quite a bit. They're having really great conversation. Everybody's really relaxed.
So right there, we had,
There.
we observed Mr. O'Keefe retrieve his phone from his rear left jean pocket,
Okay,
and he put it back.
that's the only every time. Okay, she doesn't look engaged in whoever. Still haven't seen.
Now the defendant picks up her second cocktail glass with the added shot in it and consumes it.
So they're not gonna let you see how much of that
Next
was.
video, please. This is now 9:45 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Picked it up again.
So the bartender hands over another cocktail glass
Gone.
and some beers. The shot goes into the empty one after it's poured into the new cocktail glass. So that's
You can't tell.
drink number 4.
You can't see exactly.
Does it also depict Mr. O'Keefe putting his cell phone in his back pocket again?
Yes.
By 9:45, how many drinks have been served to the defendant?
4 drinks.
4 drinks between 9:10 and 9:45?
That's correct. In 35 minutes, 4 drinks.
Could we proceed to the next screen, please? 10:09 p.m.
Almost half an hour later.
Tenant and gestures that she wants a shot.
Objection.
The objection sustained.
Move to strike.
I'll strike that.
Yeah, you can't testify to that.
Mr. O'Keefe on his cell phone again?
Yes. And he puts it in his back pocket.
They're all having a great time sipping on alcohol just like, shooting it and shit like that, like trying to say shit. And it's been over an hour.
The defendant is showing Mr. O'Keefe the middle finger, and then puts beverages on the bar.
Guys, keep the background.
Should I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes.
What is the drink count at that point?
At that point, it's 4 drinks.
Okay. Could we have the next?
Mr. O'Keefe brings over a couple of beverages. The defendant retrieves the cocktail glass. A shot glass is picked up by one of the patrons, and the defendant retrieves it from him and places it back on the bar.
This is very speculative. You guys know. Thank you. She's holding her glass for her.
The defendant is consuming the beverage in her hand,
Hey, look at that.
places it on the bar.
Absolutely. That's obvious.
And then
What time are we at now?
that was 10:34, so we're moving to 10:37.
What is the drink count at 10:34?
That is 5 drinks at that point.
Could we play 10:37, please?
The bartender makes 4 shots, top left corner. She's seen preparing the 4 shot glasses. 2 are on the bar top now. She retrieves 2 more.
(1041), please.
Here, the 4 shot glasses are redistributed. Pours it into her drink. She does not consume it from the shot glass.
You don't have to object to the last comment.
Okay, I'll strike that.
The next video, please.
Now, as the Mr. O'Keefe and the defendant are getting ready to leave, the defendant is holding the drink in her left hand, continues to sip on it. And the 2 walk out of the bar without the beverage in their hand being deposited anywhere.
At 10:53, how many drinks have been served to the defendant at this point?
7.
Objection, Your Honor.
I'm going to sustain the objection.
Move to strike.
I'll strike that.
Next slide. And is
So
this,
I'm going to actually see counsel and sidebar, please, on this. For the lunch and break, it's 1:10. We'll see you at 2 o'clock, and Sergeant, you can just file out that.
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
rise for the court, please. There's closing.